Handing an entire project to an agent sounds like the highest form of automation. Build a SaaS. Take this product from development to launch. Grow the business. The agent immediately starts decomposing requirements, writing code, changing pages, and creating documents. A few hours later, there are more files and more tasks, but one question is harder to answer. Did the project move forward, or did a lot of activity merely happen? The larger the assignment, the more the agent must decide what matters, what comes first, how far to go, and when to stop. That is not more automation. It is more product judgment hidden inside execution. The opposite extreme is not much better. You divide the work into change one button, add one field, write one test, and replace one sentence. Every item closes quickly. A week later, users still cannot complete the important action, and the market has taught you nothing. An oversized task loses its boundary. An undersized task accumulates motion. The useful unit of progress is neither the biggest assignment nor the smallest edit. It is one stage that can close a loop. A stage closes a loop when a real state changes, the result can be observed, and the evidence tells you whether to continue, adjust, or stop. Improve onboarding is not a closed loop. It does not identify the action, the boundary, or the stopping condition. Help a first-time user generate a roadmap and start one stage in a real VS Code window is much closer. The user moves from a fresh installation to a first successful run. Installation, generation, and stage launch either work or they do not. If the path fails, the earliest blocker becomes visible. A stage must be small enough and complete enough. Small enough does not mean few lines of code or guaranteed completion in one day. It means there is one primary outcome, you know it will not change, and adjacent discoveries cannot quietly replace the goal. Complete enough means a user can finish an action, the product reaches a new state, and the evidence can influence the next decision. If the only result is 5 files changed, the task may be small, but it did not close a loop. If the task includes product development, positioning, pricing, acquisition, and research, it may look comprehensive, but it is too large to keep a shared endpoint. A strong stage sits between those extremes. It is small enough to own and complete enough to verify. When facing a large goal, do not begin by asking how many tasks it contains. Ask what must happen next: build, sell, learn, or improve. When the core action does not work, the nearest outcome is build. Let one new user complete one critical path. When the product works but its value is unclear, the nearest outcome may be sell. Put one clear promise in front of target users and record whether they understand it. When you do not know why the product is struggling, the nearest outcome can be learn. Observe several real first-use sessions and identify the earliest repeated blocker. When evidence already points to the main friction, the nearest outcome belongs to improve. Repair that friction, then repeat the same user path. Build, sell, learn, and improve are not departments or a rigid sequence. They identify what is missing between the project and its next real result. Do not force all 4 motions into one stage. You develop a feature and decide to redesign the website. While rewriting the website, you reopen pricing. While discussing pricing, you schedule research. Before the research begins, you return to refactoring the product. Every decision may be reasonable by itself. Together, they compete for the endpoint. One stage should be responsible for one primary state change. Suppose the large goal is to launch a product that helps independent developers manage AI-assisted projects. Write 4 lines first. Current fact: the extension installs, but the first use path has not been verified end-to-end. Nearest outcome: a new user can generate a roadmap and start one stage. Boundary: do not change pricing, add channels, or create a second entry point. Evidence: complete installation, generation, and launch in a clean environment and preserve the result. That is a build stage you can start. Once it closes, evidence chooses the next motion. You may learn where users hesitate, improve the first blocker, or sell the value that has now become real. A roadmap does not need to predict every future task. It lets each closed loop provide evidence for the next decision. Solomap keeps build, sell, learn, and improve on one project path. You can create a stage around the nearest result, then bring its goal, completion criteria, boundaries, and handoff into the agent conversation. The agent investigates, implements, and verifies. You still decide which state is worth changing now and which adjacent work stays outside the stage. Take 15 minutes and answer 4 questions about your largest goal. Is the nearest outcome build, sell, learn, or improve? Which real estate must change by the end of this stage? Which adjacent problems are explicitly outside it? What evidence will you inspect to decide whether to continue, adjust, or stop? If the answer still says finish the whole product, make it smaller. If it says only change one file, add the user result that file is supposed to change. Advancing one closed loop at a time does not slow the project down. It makes every agent run move the project to a new, observable position.